1 week from today, for a few minutes, the skies will turn dark as the moon blocks out the sun in a total solar eclipse.
Always, it's odd to see darkness in the middle of the day, but for animals, it is going to cause a whole host of other reactions. Fascinating story from Victor Williams, who traveled to Toledo today to get a sense of what's going to happen.
Well, even though it's only going to be for a short time, the handlers right here at the Toledo Zoo are going to be keeping a close eye on these animals and really all of them to see how they react to the eclipse.
We don't know what to expect. This hasn't happened in 375 years here at the Toledo Zoo, so it's going to be a new experience for all of us.
The total eclipse is just days away. Humans will be intrigued to see it, but what about the animals?
What we've seen in other studies during other eclipses is that many of the animals just go through whatever their regular kind of evening routine is. So as the sun starts setting and they're getting ready to roost or go to bed or go underground, whatever is normal for that species. So we would expect a good bit of that.
Curator of Behavioral Husbandry and Well-Being with the Toledo Zoo, Beth Posta, is one of the people who will be monitoring the animals to make sure they're fine every second that the eclipse is visible.
There have been some animals during total eclipses that during the totality show signs of fear and anxiety. So we're curious to see if we see some of those signs of kind of confusion, that the animals don't know what's going on, but then they kind of work through it.
Some animals will even get a little more attention because of their habitat.
We'll be looking at the animals here in Tiger Terrace, the brown bears, the tigers, the cougars, as well as the polar bears, sea lions, bald eagles, wolves, and then a couple of bird species, our vultures and ibis that live together. We'll be looking at those animals as well. The other animals may do nothing. I would expect animals that are inside under artificial light, we don't expect a behavior change. Some of the nocturnal animals probably won't even notice.
And more than likely, the animals will be just fine, just like they've been since pretty much the beginning of time when other eclipses have happened. But if you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Actually, during the total eclipse at the zoo event that's going to be going on at the Toledo Zoo, they're going to be giving out these sunglasses pretty much to anyone as long as the supplies last. Victor Williams, Local 4.
That's really great, Victor, and you set me up here really well for what we want to mention next. We'll remind you, it is not safe to look directly at a solar eclipse without specialized eye protection because it can cause severe eye injury. As we count down to the big event tomorrow, consumer investigator Hank Winchester teaming up with our Dr. Frank McGeorge. They'll have expert advice to avoid buying knockoff glasses that will cause you maybe more harm than good. And Dr. McGeorge will explain the symptoms of eye injury and why so many glasses are not good enough for this viewing this kind of event. That's tomorrow starting at 5.